Well folks, welcome back. We thought we'd start this one off from the top of Wrynose Pass. No point in bringing you all the bullshit beforehand, is there? Look at that view, absolutely stunning. Nice little lightweight Land Rover down there, love them things, ex-army. Get you anywhere. But look at this, on a windy, let's just close the visor for a minute. On a windswept day, sun shining, blue skies, cannot believe it is warm. For a day I am not going to get wet, but look at that. So I'm going to shoot over Wrynose Pass, down into the valley, stop off for a brew down by the river, and then maybe come back from Hardknott and do a little loop back. That's the plan today. Back on the Pan America. Still got the odd few faults on the AR8 showing. We keep clearing it, it keeps working, and I keep getting a fault back on, then it disappears. It's getting there, but the old girl's done me proud again. Anyway, so this episode is sponsored by MOMAN H2S intercom units, which is on the side of my lid, which is the new one. More about that later. But for now, let's get back on the bikes and back on the road. What a day to ride, and what a road. Wow, it's a little bit narrow, the ascent up to this one, but stunning all the same. But look at that view, wow, that is spectacular. I kicked the ABS in. Stunning valley. You see a lot of traffic up ahead as well, parked up, so can't blame them. Just nice little areas here, you can just stop off by the river. Riverbed's almost dry. That'll soon change tomorrow night after the storms arrive. So today is the ideal day to get out. Little wild orchids over there as well. Just nice to get out a little bit. It's a couple of hours to get here from my house up to the Lake District. Well, right in the heart of it where we are now. So it's not too bad all in all. And there's a little fire there as well. Look at that. What a brilliant place to stop at the bottom of Wrynose Pass, just for 5 minutes to take in the view and watch the last of the blue sky roll away, because the grey sky, you can't see, it's behind the camera folks, is rolling in front, so hopefully that will not dampen my spirits. So plan is, do we do the other pass and then stop on the other side and make a brew before we head around the peninsula back towards Coniston, I think, and then back home. That's the plan for the day. So we'll see you guys back on the bikes. Okay, clear road. Let's let this car go and then head on up and over the mountain, I think. It's a very popular place to be, isn't it, if you've got a camper van. So right here we turn right. There was a place I was going to stop off further down, but we might as well go over the little bridge onto Hardknott. And to be honest with you, I've not done Hardknott this way, I've only done it twice coming from the other side. So over the little bridge and into West. It's a cracking road that way though. You come away from the mountains, it's very sort of forestry following the river, but again another little narrow pass, and on the other side of this is the remnants of an old Roman fort, and of course an old Roman road, and they didn't mess around, did they? I always think the thing with this, it's worse coming up the other way. You have to sort of gauge it for the traffic, and if you're in a group of riders then it becomes a little bit tricky trying to get yourself a pass through the pass, so to speak. Sort of in early afternoon now as well, so it's probably a little bit of a better time to ride with most people. I'm trying to get back down to services and Burger King to feed the kids. You can enjoy a little bit of clearer roads. That's how I remember Hardknott. Remember, if you can, take them wide and then come into yourself. A lot easier on a smaller bike, but we like to do it on the big heavy pan. But you are rewarded with some stunning views, although we can't afford to stop. So I should have put the rear camera on. A little bit of it there anyway, folks. Not so bad at the top here because it's a lot wider, and you got the tricky bit on the descent on the other side, but well worth the effort if you can. Okay, that. I'm forgetting my IRH symbol stuck on, so it's not lowering, so you gotta make sure you got somewhere to put your feet. But there's the road you just come from. Wow. Let's make the most of the road while it's clear. And look at that view you are rewarded with on the other side. Fantastic. It's a nice place to get a puncture. You can see how steep. I'm hoping the GoPro picks up how steep this ascent is down there. It's ridiculous. So of course coming up from the other way is a lot worse. Especially if you're in a car, that is. And one of the first tight hairpins here, look. And the back brake. And glide it round. Easy peasy, but coming up is an absolute bastard. And that's it, you're over the worst. The rest is plain sailing. So, but what a brilliant little pass. Hardknott and Wrynose. So almost tempted to go back over it and go down the little bridge where I was going to have a brew, but it was worth doing the pass, to be fair. There's a lay-by down at the bottom of here near the foam box. I might just pull in there and see where else we can go on today's little ride. Hardknott Roman Fort. Hardknott Roman Fort. Imposing and remote Hardknott is a dramatic reminder of Roman rule in northern England. Hardknott was built during an overhaul of Rome's frontier strategy, a network of forts and roads to maintain their control. It was in use for barely 20 years before being abandoned after a large fort was built at Ravenglass on the coast. So that's going to be the old fort walls there that you can see in front. I'll just add, folks, like I said earlier, that this episode is sponsored by MOMAN, who supplied the fantastic intercom for my helmet. I've used MOMAN now on my next lid for the last year. I used the H2E. They very kindly sent me the H2S, which I've been using on this ride so far today. So I've been playing the music through it, the intercom, the voice activation, and if you're using it with a pillion or another rider, it's 1,000 meter connectivity as well. So I'll just give you a quick look at that. They do supply different colours as well, so you can change the colour of the unit, and the battery life I've used on the other one, it lasts all day as well, still with at least 75% charge. A cracking little unit, especially for the price point as well. So I'm going to put a link down in the description if you fancy having a look at one of them for yourself. I wonder what I keep in my front Lomo bags. The stove. Brewing tackle always stays in the top box. Stove always stays in there. And then these things, a few people have asked me about these. You can get these off Amazonia in different sizes, but it's perfect to hold your flask. You can't beat a brew with a view, can you? What have we got? We've got a Kenko 3-in-1. My OEX Takana stove, 3 minutes to the boil, works every time. Brilliant for places like this. There you go, folks. Cheers. Okay, nice little stop over at Hardknott, and a last look at the Roman fort. Not much of it you can see, but that'd been a bleak place to defend, wouldn't it? Hello. Guess me with some of the cyclists that are coming up here. Rather than me, I'll stick with engine power. Miles and miles of twisty little B roads, that's what you want on a day like today. I can't believe how warm it's been as well, considering the weather people said it was going to cool down and not feel as humid, and then from the off today from 7 AM this morning, glimpse of sunshine. It's 64 degrees, so it's pretty much perfect. Wow, nice little campsite, is it there? There's some tents in the backfield, yeah. Ah. So I wonder if the Woolpack Inn, Hardknott Bar and Cafe, has a little campsite. Interesting, I could just do with a pint. Glamping accommodation there. Well, this is a great little road. What was it called? Birker Fell, I think. Just nice to take different routes back and find places like this. Hello, sheep. So it's not classed as a pass, it's classed as a fell. Look at that cutting in there. Plenty of salt bins, so you can tell obviously this one's tested in the winter. Come on, Volkswagen T6 Brigade. 2 of them. Some of these sheep just don't give a damn, do they? Tell you what, I'm liking this. I am liking this. I was thinking later afternoon there'd be less traffic, but seems to be a lot coming this way. As awkward as it is, there's a rock there. I'm trying to get it perfect for the side stand. There you go. There you go. Always look for nature. Nature will be your biggest friend. Wow. Just to finish off the day, that is spectacular. Birker Fell to finish off the route, so come over Hardknott and then to the bottom, follow the road round right to the junction, turn left and follow it up, and that's what you come to. Stunning. Okay folks, so as my day comes to a close, we'll leave you with a last little look of the Lakeland Fells. leaving them behind us in the distance while we head for the coast, get back on the motorway, or the freeway if you're from the US of A, and get my ass back home. It's been a brilliant day. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Hope you've enjoyed the two passes, the Wrynose, Hardknott and everything else the Lakes has had to offer today on this ride. It's been brilliant. So if this is your first time watching ALCHEMOTO, please do hit that subscribe button. Please like, share and comment if you dare. But until the next time, folks, from me and the Lake District, we'll be seeing you later. See you later, folks. Signing out.